So the third video that we are recording now, okay, is to do this column here. Sorry, this beam here. Now, I really want to use a beam to do it because you guys are CE. If you guys are architecture or DA, I will use wall to build. All right. So just a bit of differences. Okay. So how am I going to do this design? First, beam connections you need to understand is if you need to draw a beam below, which is belongs to foundation, you could draw at first story. If you want to draw the overhead on top, that means the second story slab, the beam, you need to go to second story. Then the beam will be drawn here. Okay, so I'll go to my level 2 and WT to see the view while you are creating it. Very challenging. You see that things start to disappear because of the view range. Ready? If okay, I need to draw one beam here across touches this. One beam draw across touches this. All right. And this beam I'm going to use is structure. And you know that our thickness here is 200. Let me see. Okay. So 200. Now, structure, beam. Make sure that you are able to see a concrete beam here, which is default in Archi, not loaded. All right. You can see from your model here, this is purely concrete. And what is the thickness? Oh yeah, forget about it. It means the height. Let's take a look at this view is west view. Go to your west. Okay. Turn to your west view, the visual to wireframe. So from here, you're able to see this is the beam height or the thickness lah, the H. So measure here to here. So it's 450. That means the B and H, B is 200. H is 450 for the height of this. Okay. And is from the level drop 200. So this is 200. So this is quite challenging. When you model it later on. Okay, go back to your second story. Now, beam, I need to load the family for that, which is Singapore. When you're talking about structural item that you're loading, make sure look for the word structural. Everything here says structure means belongs to structure itself. It means Revit structure. Now, beam is treated as structural framing, and you need to select its concrete, which is default. I don't have a library here. I hate it. See, all these are more on the precasting. So Singapore for 2020, they don't have. So you need to look for US library or UK library. US library, Matrix. Hopefully you guys install US Matrix library. Scroll down to structural framing. Look for concrete. This one. You see this? Matrix concrete rectangular beam. This one. Select and load. So once loaded, this is the beam this here, which is for us. This is too big. We need to change it, and so does set the material. So I will not duplicate because this is a loadable family. All right. So I'm going to from here edit type. Choose the library for this 300 by 600. Rename. So B is 200. Height is 450. Okay, 450 is what we
Sorry,
measured
sir.
just now. Yes.
In the library, I only got Singapore.
Okay, then you need to download the one extract from US. Yeah.
From where?
From where? US is you got to do a search. Meaning, hold on, I think
Okay.
at your Moodle website, hopefully some library is there. Hold on, let me show you. This session here, if you go to dashboard, I think the one of the sir did upload some library here. You guys scroll down your library, you see all this. These are some family. This is some assignment tool. It's not set up by me, so I think it's by this sir called Barry. Yeah, I see the recording he have previously or recently. It's all recorded here for his class. I don't know why this time round my setting and his are combined together. Very weird. Normally should be separated one. I don't know who create and combine together. Very confusing to you all. Hopefully you guys don't confuse. Look for your class and submit correctly. All right. But here they never show any library content. If not, you got to do a search. That means you go to, I think I did mention to you before, right? Autodesk.com. Then you go to, hold on, you go to here, the search, look for Revit 2020 families. Then you do a search. Yeah, I believe it should appear here somewhere. File corruption, how to download Revit content, library should be somewhere here. How come don't have? This kind of weird. Template libraries. It should be called next page. How come don't have? Unless nowadays they change. Because now the software is 2022. Yeah. It's weird.
For 2021 Revit families, the Singapore one got one rectangular bin.
Correct. But 2021 cannot be used for 2020.
But Shatai's one is 2020 or 2021.
That's why they got to find out. You see, this is why sometimes the software, when you download, you got to be careful for the library content. You know, yeah. I have it, but it's quite difficult to upload to the web because the file size are very huge. So you got to download from here. Unless here family, see they come out now. If they have, then it's better. Somebody okay, 学泰找到了. You don't type IES, just type family. You see this one? Autodesk
Yes.
Revit 2020 content. 这个. Then you select, you download the US library, which is you scroll down. This is US Imperial Family Template. No, for US library is here. This one. See this? 1 gig. This is the one. Okay.
Yes.
Then if you download UK, is this one. So I want you to download this and this. 这两个. For also all of you, if you're using 2020, try to download these two. Singapore content is also here, but not the template. Singapore content, I think, is here. See this? But this is only the library content, not your template. So if you don't have family for Singapore, for UK and US, you can select this link here to download. And they automatically install onto the correct folder. So need not to worry much. Okay?
Yes.
So go and search and install, then you can have more library to use. Okay, let's get back here. So I'm going to change this to 200 and this one to 450 and apply. Now, before you start to draw, all right, the material I haven't changed because you can see that my wall here is white color. This guy is brown, brown, gray color. And how all this determine the justification, you can see from here. All right, top, origin left or right when you draw that time. Okay, origin is same as center. If that is provided, you are able to snap the center here. If it's not, then sometime you got to try an error. Like for instance, if I'm going to drawing this top bottom down, you may want to try is either left or right. But if I draw from here, I know that this is right. This is sorry. This is left. This is right. Okay. Of course, we still can move it lah. So no worry. So if let's say I base on origin, I estimate lah. Let's say I draw from here. Make sure it's second story. The chain is not on one by one. If you are getting your beam and you see something here like other connections, then you got to be careful because by right should not have any. It should look like this. Okay, so I just want to select 1 and 2. See, it appear. Why there's a warning? Because in Archi, we can't see the view from a plan. It's below 0. That's why there's a warning. But in 3D, it's still visible. Okay, you notice that? So when you see this warning message, means this view is not clear. This view is not clear, sorry. This view cannot show the beam. So how am I going to able to show this beam here? Now I must ask Zikri, where are you? Ryan? Hello? Now I must speak on him, eh? Zikri? Not around?
No, hello. No, my mic something wrong. Sorry.
Okay. How to make sure or how can I see this beam in this view?
You edit your view range.
No, not view range. View range is global. I just only want this view only. Because of this message, none of the created elements are visible in floor plan. So how to rectify this? You get me now?
Yeah, I know.
So how? Two or two? Anyone knows?
You want to make
Or-
it visible like
Yeah,
in the plan.
correct. For this beam only, not any other stuff. These two in structure, you seldom use it. Only very special case. But for Archi, it's very normal.
Is it you have to change your parameters,
What parameters?
your viewing parameters?
Here, your viewing parameter like what? Like you VG kind of thing or what?
No, because usually what I did is
Mm.
once I edit the view range, then
Mm.
usually I can see already.
Correct. But because you edit view range, is a global change. But I don't want global change because you are
Or
doing
you just
Archi.
want specific the just the view.
Yes, I
Oh,
only
okay,
want
okay.
this area only, like a crop view. I only want this part to show me different thing at different height.
Yeah,
I'm testing you.
I need to research in my brain. I forgot already.
Basket. Don't waste time, but then too late already. Let me tell you, when
Okay.
this thing happen, you got to do in the view. It's called where? Plan views. Now the view tab, create panel, plan views is called plan region.
Ah,
So take a good look. What is plan region? Because in architecture plan, especially like AutoCAD olden days, they simply show everything in the plan. But in 3D model, because components are controlled at different height, so you can't just simply show everything, which is by default, we have a view range. View range only start from 1.5 and below. So in other words, our plan can only see doors and window. And anything below 1.5. Anything above 1.5, for instance, your aircon, right? Your louvers, your ceiling fans, your whatever, which is all above 1.5. So then you could use what we call a plan region. See, create a plan region with a view, and this view you specify a different view range only for that crop region. All right, and remember one thing, plan region cannot overlap. That means you are cropped to show component for different height to be appear in the plan. So this is very important when it comes to architecture, because when all the file model done, you could export, let's say, as AutoCAD. Make sure it must be visible. Okay, so now I want to set this view range, plan region to crop only this so I can see. So here, I'm going to use a rectangle, which is, let's say, outside here, pick a point, you drag up to here, like this. Okay, because your beam is here, then you edit the view range. Now, this beam by default should be dropped at -200, which is currently now flush at my top there. So this range, the bottom view depth, it should be at least more than 200. That means minus, let's say, 300. You should be able to see your beam. Okay, now I apply and I click OK. Then you click finish. Now you see the beam is there. Got it? Then you see that when you adjust this box, this box here, you can see anything at level 2 up to -300. The normal range or view range is not set. See, it's 0. And your green dotted line here will not be printed. That's the best. Okay, so remember, you got to crop to see only certain thing. Because if it's overlaid, the other component will be visible. So from here, I select my beam, and you notice that I can change the height. It should be minus 200. Start and end. Here, minus 200. Enter. Apply. See, it's lower. Then for this to move in, how? Align here to here. See, it flush nicely now. See now, it's just that the color I don't like. See the color? Okay, the color and the shading thing. And one more last thing. If I going to add another beam here, these two beams will overlap. So here in Revit, there's a trick. You see, whenever you guys select a wall, a window, or anything, you'll notice there's a grid. Grid is actually the cleans up connection. If you don't want them to cleans up or obstruct your model, which is sometimes too many components joined together, it becomes very messy to clean up. Then you must point at the grid, right click to set them disallowed join. So this guy will be very nice, stay there, will not anyhow join the cleans up. So for this particular guy here, I want you guys to do that. Okay, disallowed join only appear when you select the beam or wall, then your pointer point at the grid, right click, then they show. If not, you'll never show. So be careful on this thing here. You notice your column, your wall. See, your column don't have. Because Aki column. If you look at your wall, second story don't have. First story, if I'm at first story, hold on. You pick your wall. You notice that your wall will also have the grid. Yeah, see now. So all this from time to time, if this two piece itself, you can see the cleans up looks okay. But when start to have 2, 3, 4 connecting part join together, I can tell you that it could be haywire. Then you could set the priority for one another. So this part here is the challenging when you're doing architecture design. Okay, just do this model, no challenge, I agree. Because you don't see the worst scenario yet. Okay, questions? So this color, I will change, which is the material here. See, at the properties palette, change it to our CASIC2, which is white in color. Click OK, and now it's white in color. See that? So this is something you might want to consider. Because in other class, they might use wall to act as like a beam. Because your wall, you have your top offset and base offset. You can adjust to suit like this. See now, but I'm teaching you otherwise. Questions? Lastly, another one from here, that means here to here, which is this piece. Okay, I will select this beam, right click, create similar, then I'll snap somewhere here first to here, stop it like this. So from the 3D point of view, you notice that this is like that. Okay, wrong, right? Now, why this doesn't prone me teng error? Because partial beam is shown. That's why it doesn't warn me. Okay, and the connecting height, you can see is higher, which is by right should be same level as this. So for this particular piece, this one here, I also want to remove the disallowed joint. All right, because I don't want them to create havoc in my model here. Disallow. Okay, select the beam again, set the height minus 200. Start and end. Remember. Okay, it should be lowered. See, same height. Now the alignment. Align to this. To this. Okay. Now you see my model. In the 3D, you look at the joint, it doesn't overlap. So for those that if you forget to do this step, later you'll see that some part of your column will disappear. So be careful on it. Okay. Questions? So I have my column done. Any questions? So next week we can focus all on your wall. All right. So I think by 7 week, next week is 6 week, right? Yeah, should not be a problem. Because the rest is your homework, you've got to finish it. Just that the tricky part is when you start to finish the rest. Here, all this connection will start to give you a plenty connecting issue, which is you must know how to clean up. It's also take it as a challenge in future if you do your Revit structure. When all this connecting beam column comes to place, when they are meeting, how to clean up nicely. So if you're Archi, you understand the logic behind, you learn structure, MEP, chicken feed. Okay, it's the idea. You might need to understand how to do it. Questions? If not, then I will stop the recording from here.